Hello lovely people, welcome to the video. My name's Athena. I'm a writer working on my second book, Whilst I'm Schooling My Two Girls and Be With Them 24/7. It is Tuesday the 26th of May. It is currently 11:45 and I need to get some work done. What are we talking about? I printed it. Look at that. I printed 35,400 words worth of my zero draft. So this is the zero draft, hence why it is so thin. That is, to me, honestly, considering my previous project and how big it always was, this is just tiny. This is nothing. This is like a walk in the park of like, let's read through this, mark it up, and Now, what the plan is at this point. So zero draft is done. I was contemplating not printing it, but then I thought, you know what? No, I can work better like this. So I have my, where are they? I have them here. Oh gosh, my brain. They're right here. So I have my colorful pens right here, index cards. My board is ready to be filled up. What I'm going to do is I'm going to read through this and I'm going to try not to line edit because there's no point, but I'm going to read through it, and the idea is I'm going to mark, number one, characters. Characters that move throughout, characters that need to be brought into the initial part of the story, characters, basically their role in the plot and the story, and the arcs that need to kind of, be from the beginning to the end throughout. I am also going to mark what scenes I need, any changes I want to make to already existing scenes and how they would work better in order to kind of fall into place along with the rest of the story, that kind of thing. So we're basically looking at creating a plan so that I can write draft one, and draft one is the full story, okay? Draft one, at the end of draft one, I need it to be the full story. Start, middle, end. Complete arcs, complete everything. Not perfectly written, not, there might be gaps, there might be whatever, the writing probably be horrific, but I need it to be the full story, okay? Everything is there, anything I need is in the story, and then that's when editing starts. This stage, I need to add, and I need to figure out what I need to add, basically. So, we're gonna read this, see how we go, and exciting times. So I'm also terrified of using, let's just talk about this very quickly. I don't know if anyone else does this. I'm terrified of marking things and then changing my mind, and like how do I erase it? How do I, So I did grab some of these erasable pens. I'm not crazy about them. Like I would have preferred, like the red is very pink and pale, and I don't like it. And then like the other colors, like some are nice, some are not. They're erasable pens. It's erasable gel pens. So I'm not crazy about them. Whilst these are just fine line pens, like normal fine line pens. And I do like the colors better and the thin. Okay, I think I'm just gonna mark it. I mean, it's a zero draft, okay? It's a zero draft. In all reality, I can probably just print it out again if I don't like it for whatever reason, which it doesn't matter. I'm marking it up to make a plan. I'm not marking it up to, these are just, yeah, it's how my brain works. It is what it is. Anyway, I'm gonna dive in and start reading. I think that's what's gonna kind of get me. I need to get moving. It's almost 12 o'clock, so I think I'm gonna give myself until 12:30, just see how much I can read. Of course, as we said, I give myself until 12:30. It also depends on the various interruptions. Let's do this. Let's get some reading done.
If I could go back and make things right, I would have it undone. No, I hurt you. Yeah, I was blind. The blame is mine. Yeah, I feel the weight on my shoulders. Know that I regret it. Hope I can repay you for what I've done. Know that I regret it. Hope we find our way back to love.
Okay, so my throat is still. Quick little update. It is 1 o'clock because I've been going back and forth anyway, so technically the time frame has just, anyway, I have read 5 chapters worth. I have made notes. I ended up using the fine line ones. I was like, it's a zero draft. It doesn't matter, really. I need to see the notes I make. Like I have read 5 chapters. I'm 25 pages in. The total, so 28 chapters total, pages 147. 25 pages in to 147 pages. Kind of like a novella at this point, really, but it's not going to be a novella at the end of it. It is not as bad as I anticipated it to be. Like I thought, it's it just poured out of me, it wouldn't. It's actually not, yeah. I'm kind of liking it. I'm kind of digging it. It needs work. It needs work. Let's be very clear. That's not what I'm saying. But as far as a zero draft goes and a base from which I'm working on, this is actually pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it. Like, okay. Anyway, so with that being said, I have no idea if I'm going to update you guys again today. Today is Tuesday? Tuesday. We're going to continue this vloggy vlog until I finish the marking up process of this bad boy. I'm hoping to be done with it over the next 2 days, tops. It shouldn't take me too long, to be honest, because it's not, you know, I've edited like over 100,000 words of books. I've gone through way more than, like, this is nothing. Plus, this is me just reading through and figuring out, like, all the characters and figuring out plot points and everything and just, you know. So I'm reading through, marking things that I know evidently need to be added. And then I'm gonna go through it again and set up all the scenes and the beats and everything. I am marking things like, oh, this is the inciting incident, this is the meet cute, this is, you know. But, yeah. I do have, I think, the one issue that I do have when it comes to the beat sheet kind of situation is technically there are 2 meet cutes. There's one where the original meet cute, and then there's the other where it's the second chance meet cute. Don't know how that's gonna go. And then there's the inciting incident of the entire story, but then there's also the inciting incident of how she heads back to figure all this out. I think the initial, like, little timeline kind of before aspect might just be what starts the story. I don't think I'm gonna, yeah, we can break the, we don't have to follow all the rules, do we? Yeah, okay, that's what we're doing. Anyway, I'm gonna go make some lunch, and then I'm gonna just keep reading, marking up. I might update you guys again. I don't know, we shall see. I guess we'll find out in the next second. Okay, so it is Wednesday the 27th of May. It is the next day. My camera's a bit lopsided. I have a headache. I do not have it in me to care right now. So I do not remember what I filmed in the last clip yesterday. I finished reading the zero draft. Finished it, marked it up using my little fine liner pens. After all, I enjoyed that actually. I'm probably gonna go into more depth, like using colorful pens in the next draft. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. Anyway, what am I doing today other than having a very terrible headache is it is 12:15. I have officially pulled these bad boys out again. I have my little index cards, which they're gonna be used probably maybe today. We'll see. The crux of what I'm doing today is I am focusing on figuring out which beats I have, which beats I need. I think I'm gonna end up doing a bit of a blending of this, more so focused on this, but I do have, like, I realized that I probably have 2 plots kind of, you know, there's like a 2-way thing going. So we'll see how that goes. I'm not gonna overcomplicate it. I'm gonna focus on the romance and just kind of generally seeing where this kind of also comes in. So I'm gonna set up the beat sheets. I have already gone into my Millernote and set up a Romancing the Beat page board, basically. Millernote is like, for anyone who has no idea what Millernote is, and this is not sponsored by the way in any way, shape or form, I've been using Millernote since I started writing. It works for my brain. So it's kind of like a big board where you can just stick things on. Think of it that way, like you pin stuff on, you fix it, you can put pictures, you can write, you can add songs, you can add links, you can add anything you like. So I have a board for Save the Cat, I have a board for Romancing the Beat, I have a board for all my characters and their relationships, how they are connected to each other, and each of these little characters that are connected to each other I can go into their own board and then add details about them. So, you know, names, birthdays, characteristics, details, their arcs, all that kind of thing goes in there. Images of them and how I kind of imagine them in my head, etc. That's all in there. What else have I done? So those have been set up. So I have the board set up in my Millernote. A little bit of world building, I have a scene board set up where I'm going to start writing each scene. So in the same way that I'm gonna have scenes on like the little things, each one. Green is for my male main character, yellow is for my female main character. I'm also gonna have the same scenes with probably a lot more detail because I can type in a board in my Milanote as well, with a lot more detail. And the index cards are going to go up on the board back here so that I can actually see and have a visual image of what I'm doing and where I am with the story. And I'm probably also going to be setting up a checklist because I need my checklists. Okay, the goal of draft 1, since draft 0 is done, is to fill in all the gaps, puff up all the scenes. To be honest with you, going through this, I was surprised at how like I liked it. Like it wasn't terrible considering it's a 0 draft and it was done so quickly. So what I actually realized I needed to do, other than maybe a handful of scenes that I need to add, like maybe 4 or 5 scenes, like nothing really. It's more about adding details to the scenes that already exist than it is actually adding other scenes, which I think is really fun. Because I actually read through this and I have a story. Like, I have a story. That is insane. Anyway, with that being said, I'm going to jump in and just do that really today. I don't know if I'm going to update you guys again today, to be honest, because I don't think there's anything really fun that I'll be doing. Like, I can't really show you my boards because then you'll see stuff you shouldn't see probably. And then it's just gonna be me kind of trying to figure out how these are gonna, I mean, these I know more so, and this one actually is it really works really well to guide the romance and like the scenes that I need for the romance in order for it to make sense. So I think I'm gonna start with this one and really focus on this one initially, and then any kind of gaps I have, and I'm kind of like, these certain things are happening and I feel like they're falling into, you know, the Save the Cat beats. I will then look at Save the Cat and see where what's happening falls into. Okay? Okay. I'm not going to drive myself crazy trying to plot it all out perfectly. If there is a beat missing but the story still makes sense and flows the way it should be, I'm not going to go crazy. You know? Because in all reality, I believe plot is a tool. The plot, I mean plotting as in like beats and whatnot, they are tools. There are so many plotting methods. I have read so many books that I naturally kind of follow a general plot beat anyway. Like my story does have the main beats there. So it's just about making sure I have everything I need in order for the story to make sense, basically. So with that being said, my battery is dying. I will change the battery and probably get back to you guys when I am done with this. Like when I have everything set up so that I can actually start making the index cards. I think that's kind of my goal for today. I need to get to the point where I'm actually setting up my index cards and setting up my board. Okay? Okay, let's do that. Okay, so it is, what day is it even? It is Thursday, the 28th of May. It is 11 o'clock. I'm gonna do a quick little ending clip to this insanity of a vlog because I was contemplating scrapping it and just starting from today. But then I thought I will start a new vlog today. I will end the previous one here because I finished reading my book and I was completely crashing out. And that deserves to be out there because that is the reality of the journey. So with that being said, I ended last night with figuring out finally how to move forward, which was not necessarily going crazy with the beats, but focusing on the scenes. So I was setting up my scenes and that then helped me kind of figure out how to work out the beats. We will talk about that in the next video. So this video is basically, was basically the crashing out and figuring out how to prep for draft 1, how to go from 0 draft to draft 1. And the next video will be me actually getting stuff done for that. So I'll let you guys go here and pretty much jump to the next vlog, which is really weird and funny, but okay. Anyway, oh gosh, what is my camera finder is like trying to do weird stuff to me. Anyway, I will see you guys in the next one.